time for the Straight Up Wrestling Show.
What's up, everybody? It's HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I'm here with my man, Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast, what's going on, y'all?
All right, what's up, man? Zach Minger's in the house. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy 4th of July to you, Zach, and everyone out here, guys. We definitely appreciate you coming in. Checking out this podcast, man. We on early in the afternoon. So, hey, man, we are here, and we're going to talk about our friend who just passed away recently, Chris Thunder Anderson. And we're going to talk about his family.
Early in the morning, boy. It's still morning, man.
Well, it's morning time, man, but it's basically going on the afternoon. You know, hey, we close to the afternoon. Let's just say that. We're 44 minutes away from afternoon time. Let's just put it that way. So we still in the morning time. Christopher Burton is right about that. But, hey, it is what it is. All right, Chris. But, yeah, so we're going to talk about, you know, hey, helping the family out of Chris Thunder Anderson, the Childers family. His actual last name is Childers.
Yes.
But, hey, the Anderson name is definitely fitting for this man, Chris Thunder Anderson. And, you know, he passed away he actually passed away. It's been a little over a week, but we went to the funeral Monday night, and we had a good bit of wrestlers showed up, and that was great and all that.
Yes.
And thank you to all of them, because we know, hey, they have a lot of love for Chris Thunder Anderson, just like we do. Yeah, so that's basically what we're going to talk about. And we know we haven't really been on this week. Go ahead, Chris. What you about to say, Chris?
Yeah, it was a lot of love and outpouring. It was a lot of love and outpouring that was shown that day, Monday, from the wrestlers, the church family, the community. A lot of people showed up, man. When we pulled up, man, the church was actually packed, man. We got there a few minutes before the service actually started. Beautiful service for a beautiful individual, man. I had the honor of doing the 10-bell salute.
Yes, you did.
I went up and greeted the family. I had the honor to do that. And it was a surreal moment, because thinking back on it in retrospect, I didn't want to do the 10th toll. And because I started thinking for a quick moment, I'm like, this is kind of so surreal. Chris, you know, our friend isn't going to be here anymore. But we want to do this podcast, man, in honor of him and to help his family. We'll actually be posting his wife's Cash App here. I'll post it real quick here, overlay it real quick here so you guys see. So it's basically a benefit to her, and I understand now. I get it. Everybody can't give, and I understand that. Finances can be hard at times. I understand. I totally get it. But we want to do this for them, you know, to help them out, because we know, me and Harry both know, and anybody in the wrestling community that has ever dealt with this family knows they're always the ones that are giving.
All the time
out there giving. They're out there giving. When they don't have to give, they're finding a way to give.
Yeah, so, and I mean, they have raised money. You know, Chris, don't mean to cut you off, but raised money at shows. You know, when at shows, not just, and then they go outside of the show and continue to raise money for these families. But let me go ahead and appreciate that. Green Randall says rest in peace. Definitely appreciate that. But continue on, Chris.
I don't think that. But yeah, this family, man, like I said, their hearts are big as all outdoors, man. If they can help you with anything, they can, man. They will.
Yes.
You know, they will bend over backwards for you. So I feel that here at the Straight Up Wrestling Show and the wrestling community, and as a wrestling community, as fans and friends, and just human beings in general, it's time to give back for those that have given so much, especially in this time of need.
That's right. That's true.
this is something that, I know Missy, deep down, she doesn't want it. She doesn't ask for it, but we know, as people, hey, we get it. You don't want it. You don't want to ask for it, but we know you need it and you deserve it. If more than anything.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, you've given so much. So we that you've given to want to give back to you. So that's basically what we're doing here. And also just going down, thinking, and like we did earlier in the week, talking about Chris Thunder Anderson, the individual he was. Now, one thing, Harry, at the funeral, I did not know, man, that Chris was a organ donor.
Oh yeah, he was an organ donor, and
we found out he was an organ donor. I did not know.
Yeah, and people, and they lined up, man. They lined up and really, gave a tribute to that, and in much respect, at that hospital. I can't think of the name of the hospital. It just was a touching thing that actually happened.
It's an honor walk. Yes, an honor walk they did.
Yes. Yeah, so that was great, for him to, he gave his life, his life was pretty much taken at a young age, 52 years old is not old anymore. Back in the day when we was growing up, it was a lot older, but 52 is a relative young age, and he passed away, but he gave life by donating his organs, and so that was a very honorable thing to do. He could have, just went out of here without doing something like that, but besides all that, he left so much as far as in the wrestling community, because like you said, man, look, this guy did so many things. His family did plenty of things, but he did so much for the wrestling community. A great wrestler, great spokesman for wrestling. And I don't know if you've seen the tribute that Michael Elliott did for him, NAWA did for him. I don't know if you saw that tribute. Did you see that? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah,
that was beautiful. One of the guys that's in the video, I'm not sure. I mean, I know who he is, but I can't think of his name.
That was an amazing tribute, man. Actually,
go ahead. But no, the masked wrestler that was in there, and what he said about Chris, he said Chris is a throwback, and that's one thing that I've always thought about him. He said Chris is a throwback to to the territory days. If Chris would have wrestled back in that time, man, it would have been perfect. But hey, God saw fit to bless us with him wrestling in this time, and he was able to be a mentor to so many young guys, and not just guys from in the past that came up with him, but even a lot of the younger guys now that's wrestling, like Brino Royce and people like that, and was able to give them a very good advice in how to go into the ring and how to go about your business in the ring, and go about your business in life. And I mean, he was always preaching Christ to people. He was always telling people what type of person he was. Wrestling was basically say secondary, not even secondary after Christ and his family. His family came first, along with all his and every one of his children came first. Dylan, Larissa, Luke,
of course,
and, they came first in his life. And I mean, he, like everybody already know that he was the breadwinner. But yeah, so we're asking Big Chris, we didn't put our cash up here, but hey, if you don't feel comfortable sending anything to Missy, by the cash app that we posted up here, that we putting on here overlay, we're gonna do that here again. But you can hit me up. You can send it to me at Hillcrest 1986. Hey, the cash sign Hillcrest 1986. You can definitely send it to me, or you can send it to Chris. Chris, you can go ahead and put yours out there if you want to. But we're gonna put Missy's up here. But hey, you can send. I don't care if it's $1 that you send. I don't care if it's $1 or whatever. It's gonna get to Missy Childers. Go ahead, Chris. I see Connie Larson is in the house. He will be missed by so many. Most importantly, his family. Yes, that's true.
Yes, definitely. Yes, he definitely will be
100%.
missed by his family, his friends, everyone that had any dealings to do with Chris, man. I don't care if you talk to the man for 5 hours or 10 minutes. You knew you were in the presence of someone that was an amazing individual that had a heart and had a smile that could light up the room, man. Even though even though sometimes he looked more like he was mad at the world, if anything. But he Chris was an amazing man. And here's something that I thought was funny. And his son Dylan was cracking up, man. And a couple of people caught it. Connie, she caught it.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the repast. We're at the repast where we actually get ready to sit down to eat with the family, reminisce and everything of that nature. And we're in the fellowship hall, and the pastor is beginning to pray over the food. Next thing I know, I'm hearing the pastor pray, obviously. And next thing I know, I hear a loud rumble of thunder, just while the pastor's preaching. And and that's Missy's cash app right there, guys. And I'm just like, oh wow, that's a sign right there, man. I'm like, we hear you, Chris. We hear you, man. We hear you. And I look over and I see his I look over and I see his son Dylan, and Dylan is about tomato red, trying to hold in his laughter. And it was so hilarious, man. I was like, okay, Chris, we hear you, man. We hear you loud and clear, brother. We hear you, man. And
that was surreal, man. That was crazy. But yeah, as soon as we got in there, we in there and we did. I think they did prayer right before we was about to eat, and they said Chris Thunder Anderson, boom, and then the thunder came. And it did not rain. It did not start raining or anything. It's just the thunder. It thundered. Now, we have been having thunderstorms in the area, but it actually thundered and it did not rain. So I mean, it's like the Lord looking out right then and there for Chris Thunder Anderson, man, and like a message from the heavens that he was with the Lord and the Lord had him. So that was outstanding. Yeah. So
I mean, you couldn't have timed. I mean, you couldn't have timed nothing like that even better, man. You couldn't have put on something like that even better. It was amazing, man. Yeah, Glenn White's in the building. Happy Fourth, Glenn. Yes,
happy Fourth to everybody.
Yes, and be safe out there. Whatever you're doing, man. I know some people had to work today. I know some people got the weekend off. But no matter what you're doing, working or off or whatever the case may be safe, man. Be safe out there. Have fun. And if you're partaking in adult beverages, drink responsibly.
Yes, big time. Because like I say, me and Chris, we might be out on the road tonight. I'm not exactly sure, but we might.
It's still up for debate. It's still up for debate.
Yeah, it's still up for debate. But yeah, we'll probably be on the road tonight, going to an independent show tonight. But I know, there's some we really haven't been on this week. We definitely got to get on and do some things here on this podcast. But yeah, once again, man, look, hey, go ahead and put that up. Once again, Chris, Missy's Cash App. Go ahead and put that up there. But yeah, go ahead and send. I don't care. Like say, I don't care if it's $1.50. I don't care. Like say, hey, you can't send 50 cents on that.
Yeah, exactly.
$1, $2, $3, whatever. Missy Childers, whatever.
Whatever you can give.
Yeah, whatever you can give. And this is from, like I say, a guy, man, who just had a great heart. And this family was out to help anybody, man. They like I say, they will help people. Here in the wrestling community, and they made you feel welcome wherever you went or whatever. They made you feel welcome. They was not one of these standoffish families, and that hey, we family of this big, this superstar of the Carolinas. Like there was something in Fightful News. Fightful News called him North Carolina star, but yeah, he was a star on the whole Carolina scene, South Carolina and North Carolina. And Tennessee definitely was a star as far as here on the wrestling scene, as far as on the indies. This guy was a star, and he would have been a superstar anywhere. I mean, he would have been a superstar with WWE, WCW, or whatever. He would have if he would have got the chance to do that. And he did get a chance to do that, but family got in the way. Something happened with the family, and like I said, family was always the first thing in his life outside of Christ. Christ came first, but then his family, man, and then like I say, everything else fell in line after that. But wrestling, man, he was very dedicated to the sport, and he did so many things for so many people, and he got to wrestle a lot of guys who made it to the top of the mountain as far as in this business. So big ups to him. I mean, big ups to his family. But yeah, we asking that you help out. Yeah, hey, help out with this family if you can, and it's gladly appreciated 100%.
Exactly, guys. Exactly. And Scott Larson's in the building, man. He said, guys, thank you for this. I love the Andersons so much. I'm down again. Please, everyone, show this wrestling family some love. Our man, Scott Larson.
Appreciate that, Scott.
In the building, Mr.
And prayers out to our man, Scott Larson.
Truth.
Yeah, prayers to Scott Larson. He said he's down again today, Chris. So, yeah, prayers out to Scott Larson.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be up running again. But Scott was at the funeral, man. He was at the funeral, and we know how much Scott loves him. And hey, and if Scott can get up, and Scott was, he's already, his health has not been the best at this time right now. And Scott, he got up, and he was able to come, and Scott came and pretty much and gave tribute and gave love and honored this man who
Scott,
gave him.
Scott's definitely a trooper, man. He definitely came and showed love. Yeah.
Gave him so much joy, over the years. But yes, all these wrestlers are so many different people who say they love this sport, and it's a brotherhood, and they love Chris Thunder Anderson and all that. Hey, definitely show that love. And hey, send something. Send something to help.
This is definitely your chance.
Definitely. But hey, today, hey, Missy, like I say, already have sent to Missy, but just like I told her flat out, hey, if anything that you need, definitely let me know. If it's in my means to help them out, I'm definitely gonna do that. And I told her, don't be afraid to ask, but I will be sending something. I will be sending something to him again today, which I sent, last time that Scott and Cowboy Bob had, their podcast, but I will be sending her something again today. Man, yeah, I just
like you said here, this is your chance for the wrestling community to show their love, man. They talk about it. They say, it's a brotherhood, like you said, it's a bond. It's all these things. Okay, that's cool. Well, here's your chance to show it, man, to somebody, to a family that I'm sure has helped you out in some point in time or some way, one way, shape, or another. Here's your chance to give that love back, man. Like you said, I don't care if it's $1, $2, whatever you can give, man.
Oh yeah.
This ain't about, the Straight Up Wrestling Show. This is about the Childress family. We're just a method to help them. We're just a conduit to help them through this time. Because like we've said, Chris was the breadwinner, hands down. We know this. He was Papa Bear. I've said that before. He's Papa Bear. He was the be all end all of that family. He was the protective hedge around that family, if you will. So yeah, man. Whatever you can, man. Like I said, Missy Childress. Here's a cash app again, guys. If you're able to help, you can. If not, just look her up on Facebook. Send some kind words or something. Whatever the case may be. Whatever you can do. It may not even be monetarily. You might have her as a friend on Facebook. You might send her a DM or just a kind word on her Facebook page. Whatever.
Oh, exactly.
But we want to show support for that family. That's what we definitely want to do.
No doubt about it. I mean, especially, a lot of these people in the wrestling community, fans or whatever, if you hear, hey, love and support is not just, it's definitely not just monetarily, not just money. Hey, just like Chris said, a lot of kind words, those things are coming to her But definitely, if you've known this family for a long time and you've known what they've done, and you got some money that you can spare, hey, definitely do it. And just like what Scott and Bob was talking about, hey, sometimes people go out here and they buy a can of soda for $1, $2 or whatever. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like getting a little blurry, but people go out there and they spend money on that. You don't always need that little can of soda, a candy bar or whatever. Hey, let me spare this on that family. But sometimes people just get things, they just want to snack on things, just want to throw things in their mouth, or they just buy any kind of little knickknacks that sometimes you don't need, a pack of gum or whatever. Hey, definitely help this family out. And that's one thing that we're asking. But hey, I'm definitely going to send some money, a little bit here today.
Definitely. Okay, and we look like we've lost Harry here for a moment, guys. But yeah, guys, man, like I said, whatever you can do, it can help, man. And like I said, it ain't even got to be monetarily. It can just be kind words, excuse me. Kind words, something on her Facebook if you want to, even if you're friends with her, something just that simple, guys.
Oh yeah.
Alma Clark's in the building, by the way, man. I almost said, what's up, Harry and Christopher? How y'all doing this morning? I'm doing pretty good. Resting up. Some serious situation in Southwest Texas. Flash flooding, emergency in Curtisville, flooding and deaths. Oh my gosh, we're definitely praying for that area of Texas, man. Alma also says evacuate mandatory in Comfort, Texas, and Bullring, Texas area, and prayers. Yeah, definitely prayers for that.
All our prayers out for Texas. Those areas in Texas that's getting hit hard right now.
Yeah, Texas is they don't. It's crazy because they're not used to that type of weather. Well, they're used to it, but they're not used to it. That area of the United States is not meant for that type of weather. Let's say that.
Oh, there's no doubt about
it. Especially Southwest Texas, because it's so dry and they don't get a lot of rain, so the water just runs. It floods. It doesn't soak into the ground, So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, I'm a present. Condolences to your family, friends, and colleagues. Definitely.
To his family. It says to his family. She's talking about
to his family and prayers. Okay, definitely.
Most definitely. Thank you, Omar.
And Scott Larson, hashtag truth says if we can get 100 people to send $10, it will help this family. Chris was the family's breadwinner. We all know we all are hurting, but this would mean so much to them. They won't ask. They will not. They're a very proud family. They're a loving family, and like I said, they're more givers than they are to receive. But just whatever you can, ladies and gentlemen, it will help. And like I said, I know times are hard on everybody. Everybody doesn't have it to give. I get it. I understand that. But whatever you can do, man, like I said, if it's a message, a kind word, or if you can monetarily give, that'd be fine too, ladies and gentlemen. This family, I cannot reiterate enough. This family has done so much for so many people, man. And they are definitely in a time of need where they need prayers, blessings, kind thoughts, and even monetarily blessings. Even monetarily being blessed. They need that also, man. So this is why we're here, guys. We're just using our platform here, the Straight Up Wrestling Show, to help them during this time of grievance and this rough time of life. And like the pastor even said in his message, he said, you can, years down the line, years after, today, you can be, walking down the street in the grocery store. And he said, next thing you know, that grief will hit out of nowhere. It will hit and you're like, oh, wow, daddy isn't coming home. My husband ain't coming home. He said it will hit, and it happens. It happens because when I lost my mother, and it's been over 3 years now since I lost my mother. Okay, Alma, here it is right here, Alma. I'll post it up again. Missy Childress, this is her Cash App. It's been 3 years since I lost my mom, and I still constantly think about my mother, and think about my mom, It's just one of those things that happens. It just comes out of nowhere, like a thought will come across your mind, or you know, a sadness might hit you when just out of nowhere, and that grief it just come back because it happens because there's a part of your life that's unfortunately missing. And life just reminds you of them in strange ways. Sometimes you'll laugh, sometimes you'll cry. It just completely depends on how things will come. But we're definitely have this family in their prayers, in our prayers, here at the Straight Up Wrestling Show, and I'm sure you, as the viewers, are definitely having thoughts and prayers of their family as well. Like I said, this is her, Missy Childers. This is the wife of Chris Thunder Anderson. This is her Cash App. If you can, like I said, you can send whatever you can to them. If not, like I said, we're not mad. We completely get it. Everybody's financials is different. And at this time, with this economy, it's definitely different.
No doubt.
We completely get it.
Yeah, and we appreciate everybody who's over on YouTube and Twitch that listens to us. And I know a few of you probably will send something to her. We definitely appreciate that. I mean, we are early in the day. I mean, Chris and I, we get a lot more viewers later on. So hopefully people will come back and watch this. And yes, we do get people that come back sometime and watch our podcast. So hopefully a lot of those people will come back and watch the podcast and send. And we definitely appreciate everybody who's part of the Straight Up Wrestling Show. We got a lot of viewers. Me and Chris, we have a lot of people that watch us, like I say, over on other platforms. We definitely appreciate you guys. That's on Twitch and that's on YouTube. That's going to contribute to this family, help out. We definitely appreciate that, and we will put it up on our Twitter page too. But definitely would appreciate everybody that's willing to help out this family. Hey, if like I said, if you don't, you'd rather send it to somebody hey, if you want to get in touch with me and Chris and send it to our Cash App, and we'll get it to Missy, whatever. But you definitely can. My Cash App is Hillcrest 1986. I didn't put that on here. I thought about putting it in my name thing, but hey, definitely not going to do that. We just figure we'll just flash Missy a little bit, and we will be, like I say, this is not the end of it. We will be raising money for, as far as this goes on, and I do plan on doing some kind of memorial to Chris Thunder Anderson and our friend Danny Paris, maybe doing two together. So I am going to be coming up with that a little bit later on, sometime this year. Definitely want to help them out as much as possible because it's gonna, all this stuff, all of it falls on Missy now, and and the children. I mean, they are up there in age. They got up there in age now, but hey, they basically figuring it out. They still figuring it out. And I understand that as a young person, when something like this happens. I mean, when I was young, if something would have happened to my father passed away when I was 8, but if something would have happened to my mom, even I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I wouldn't have known what to do. I wouldn't have had the money. I wouldn't have had the means to pretty much support my mom and try to try to help further the family and get the family back on their feet. I wouldn't have had that if that would have happened. I wouldn't have been able to do that because, like I said, I was still figuring out life. People, some people are gonna look, the kids, they're basically grown up. Only one of them is still in school. But like I said, these are young people. Young people now, they just not gonna have that kind of resilience yet. Let's just say that to pretty much be able to push forward financially. Or the result. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say the resolve, but some may not. Exactly. It's like I said. Go ahead.
Like you said, this family, like I said, they're still trying to figure it out how they're gonna, replace that big piece of their puzzle. Because Chris was a huge piece of the puzzle in their family. That was always there. every day, all the time. But now that piece is gone, you gotta look at everything, re-strategize, figure out, okay, how can we substitute this piece of the pie? You know,
Right.
how can we not necessarily replace it, but how can we move on without it? This is just that thing, you know.
Oh yeah. And man, hey, I understand. I mean, losing somebody that close to you, that is just it's overwhelming. And and Chris knows, I lost my daughter during COVID right before he lost his mom. That was just devastating. But a lot of people reached out, a lot of people helped out, and I definitely appreciate that 100%. Even though me and my wife was able to take care of a lot of things, we needed a little more help to get over the hump. We just did. We needed a little bit more help financially, and the love and support and the kind words from so many different people. But it's a struggle. Yeah. It really is a struggle because certain funeral costs, certain certain things that just hit you as far as financial windfall will hit you that you unexpected, and it can just it can tear your life apart. And we don't want that to actually happen.
Yeah, it can.
Children's. So once again, hey, we asking, hey, whatever you can send, definitely send out. Hey, man, and the Straight Up Wrestling Show, we appreciate each and every one of you guys doing that. If not, like I say, share. I don't care. Share this podcast.
Yes. Get the word out. Get the word
definitely out. Share this podcast, and 100% we appreciate it.
And I know our man Scott Larson. I know he's definitely gonna put it out there in his his thing for #truth. He's gonna get the word out. I know that for sure. But if you just share it out, hopefully our words and speaking of this family in such a great light, because this family deserves to be in a great light, because they were amazing people. They were amazing people, and I wish
they are amazing people.
They are amazing people. I wish that a lot of our family here, our online family, had the opportunity to be around them. I wish you had the chance to meet Chris, meet his wife, meet his kids. Amazing family, man, tight knit, God fearing, and just loved everybody, man. They loved everybody, and they wanted everybody to get along, even though things would happen in life or in the wrestling community, and things happened to them and to others that they might not understand, but they try to look at the bright outcome of it, the better side of the negative, if you will. They just had a positive outlook on everything, and they were just amazing family, man.
Yes, they are. I mean, you can't say enough about them. You really can't. And once again, like I said, hey, Chris Thunder Anderson, you can look up that name. You definitely can look up that name and on YouTube, and you can check out things that he was able to do in his wrestling business. And he seemed like a mean, nasty type guy, Ole Anderson type dude. Just and don't seem like he don't care about anybody.
Like he's just mad at the world, but like he just came out the womb just mad, ready to beat up people as a baby.
Exactly. Like he just every time he wakes up, he just mad, man. Like he say, hey, the toast. He's just thinking, even though he know his wife's gonna make him a good breakfast. Hey, I know that toast is gonna be burnt. I know that doggone coffee's not gonna taste right. It's gonna be flat or whatever. It's like he walked out of the house like it's and man, and his cornflakes, it was sour milk or something like that. And he brought that to work with him. He went to work and he was pissed off, and then he came and he wrestled that night, and he's still pissed off about all the bad things that done happened all day long. He's ready to take it out on his opponents and the fans before he get into the ring. So
exactly.
That's the way it seems with him, man. But no,
he was the complete opposite. He was the complete
and if you look at the
opposite.
picture, behind us and him right there, that picture with him and his wife, man, that was him. 100%.
That was truly him, man. That was truly.
I mean, just a great guy. Just and you get and very humble. You come up and you talk to him. I mean, the humbleness just came out of him. You know, but when he was in character, man, he was in character, and
that was. Yeah,
you know, he would just basically let you know that, hey, when he came down to his wrestling character, hey, he was crippling, man. You know, he was taking them down. You know,
man, I remember one time we was, matter of fact, Harry, we was at HWA one time. Yes. I remember, man, and I think him and Cruiser had a tag match one time, man. Right. He walked out, man. We were sitting ringside. We were right there, man. And he walked out. He looked at us, man. He's like, if I don't get 5 stars on this match, y'all better not be here when the show over with. Exactly. I was like, all right, man. I was like, okay.
He was serious about that too. Hey, no smile on his face. No, I mean, he just looked like y'all better make this a 5-star match. Because me and Chris at that time, we was going around a whole bunch of different places, and we was ranking those matches, man. And me and Chris used to always say, hey, these are all rankings, and if you don't like it, like I say, you got a problem, whatever. Hey, our office hours are. We'll tell you, you know. But hey, this wrestler right here, I mean, he was the first one. No other wrestler had did this to us, man. He came out there, you know, he basically threatened us, man. Tell us, hey, this better be a 5-star match.
He's like, if it ain't a 5-star match, y'all better not be here when the show over with. Boy.
Exactly, like, man. And when my first interview with him, he grabbed me by the shirt and said, "Listen," and balled up his fist. I'm like, man, this dude got a pretty big fist, man. You know? I'm like, hey, I don't know about all this, but I'm like, I need to rethink this. I'm like, how many more Thunder Andersons out there? And me and Chris out here ranking their matches and giving them bad rankings, and like this dude right here, he might end it right now, man. He might finish me off right now. But I tell you,
yeah, man. But Chris, man, like I said, he was complete opposite of that, man. He was, he was a big teddy bear, man. He was a big teddy bear. We love him, and we're definitely gonna miss him, man. We're gonna miss him.
And you know, hey, I had met his wife before that, right? Because she invited us to the show. I met his wife and his children, and and they were just wonderful people, man. I hadn't met this guy, you know, because like I say, we didn't go into the back at first. I hadn't met him. Yeah, he came out there. I didn't know what type of individual he was. I'm just like in his ring persona. I'm like, hey, is this this guy, like he ain't playing no games. But then he sat down and you know he talked to us. I'm just the greatest guy, man. Just a beautiful soul. To this man, and like I say, and the people that was around him, and I mean Cruiser Lewis, you know, who's at the funeral, another great individual, Cruiser, you know, who you would think was the same type of guy, man. You know, hey, this guy walks out to a song talking about I'm gonna kill you, but him too, the same way, and he was sitting there while Cruiser was just talking, had a smile on his face, and just, you know, both of these guys, man, just beautiful people. And Boomer Payne was out there, all three of them. And Boomer Payne is another one, you know, they all part of the Unbookables. Just these guys, just tough, big, and nasty, but all of them had, you know, that same type of spirit that Chris had, that same type of love for people that Chris had. So I just and a lot of it, man, I attribute to Chris Thunder Anderson and them being around Chris Thunder Anderson. If you're around him, man, it just something about him will make you change, you know, the individual that you are. I think it will make you think more about life when you're around somebody like that. Like people say it's all about the company you keep. The company you keep, and he's one of these people that can pretty much enhance your life and enhance, you know, talk to you in a way to where, hey, this is the way you need to treat people. And he had it written all over him, Chris, 100%.
Yeah, definitely, man. He was an amazing person. Like I said, he would definitely be best, man. By everybody that had anything to do with him. And like you said, shout out to NAWA. Amazing tribute for my man Mike Elliott.
Oh yes, that was a great tribute.
Michael Elliott, he did an amazing tribute, a beautiful tribute to Chris Thunder and from the guys up at NAWA. Yeah, I think that's on our page, isn't it, Harry? That's on our Straight Wrestling page, I believe.
No, it's not on our
tribute.
page. I was actually going to repost it, but he didn't have it on. It wasn't on share from what I seen. But I'm definitely going to repost it. I'm going to repost it today. And
yeah,
I think he did a lot of it. A lot of it at the funeral. You know, he had a lot of before the. You know, because we didn't get there earlier. Because a lot of these guys, I could see they was talking about Chris at the funeral. So he talked to some people at the funeral. I wish we was up there a little earlier because I would have been
there earlier. Yeah,
great if we could have said some things about Chris Thunder Anderson before that. But man, hey, everybody know how we feel about him. When Chris, he was the biggest. I mean, he was the first person who did, like I said, statistical analysis of. And when we first seen him, when we first came on, that's all we did. We pumped him out harder than anybody. You know, we talked about him. I was really amazed. I was really amazed with Chris Thunder Anderson and the type of wrestler that he was, and then you know later on the type of person that he was. But yeah, we pushed him, man. We pushed him really hard, and you know, hey, and you know, Danny was like, hey, yeah, he definitely deserved it, and he was a good friend of Danny Paris too. Very good friend.
Yes.
The Childers. Danny used to talk to them a lot. He loved that family, and that probably drew me to them a lot more too because of Danny. And like I say, me, Chris, and Danny, we was, you know, we were like bees in the pod there for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, going to shows and you know doing commentary and all that. But yeah, Danny loved that family and had nothing but great things to say about that family. But man, but
definitely be missed, man. He would definitely
be missed 100%. But like I said, hey, go on YouTube and check out those matches that he's having with Big. You know, he's got Big Nasty. He got some matches with Big Nasty.
Big Country.
You know, you will see other matches that he had that he just basically tearing into people, man. And, hey, he lost some matches a little bit later on. He wasn't one of these guys that say, hey, I can't lose or whatever. You know, he would put guys over. He put a lot of guys over, especially later on in his career. He's putting people over who I didn't think should win against him. Because I tell you what, if he was wrestling for me and Chris, he hardly ever would have lost a match. I can
Exactly.
He would have hardly ever lost a match. But yeah, I had plans with Chris a little bit later on that when me and Chris we're starting off saying I definitely wanted him working for us. We wanted him to be one. You know, him and Cruiser Lewis to be the top heel. But hey, you know, that didn't materialize. But hey, we are going to do everything we can to keep his memory alive. You know, as far as with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, we're going to keep his memory alive. And we are pretty much we're going to put him on a pedestal, on a place that he needs to be. Because, hey, Chris Thunder Anderson is one of the reasons that, hey, we continued on with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I mean, he's one of the, like I told Chris, he's the first reason that I actually went back. Him and a couple guys, man, that he helped mentor. You know, Nick Fury and AJ Frost. You know, those guys. They talk about how much that Chris did for him. Like I said, Chris is the number one reason that I went back to watch the next show the next week with Chris. I'm like, man, because this guy right here. I wanted to see him, and so I definitely went up there and seen him. Went out to HWA because his wife, she sent me a message, and she said he's gonna be there anytime Chris wrestled. We wanted to be there. She said Chris gonna be at his pro wrestling. Me and Chris, we went there.
Yep.
So yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, this guy's outstanding, and there's another guy right here, Chris Thompson, man. Dump Truck, my man, the one and only Dump. Go ahead. But yeah, there's Missy Childers. That's a cash app right there once again. Hey, if you only can send $1, $5, $10, whatever, send it out.
Whatever you can give. Yeah, whatever you can give.
Childers' wife, Missy Childers, and that's just not for our Facebook people, the people that know him, the people that watches us all over the world. And once again, hey, we definitely appreciate that. And me and Chris, we in our second week of this is the second week of our anniversary. We've been doing this for 4 years, and we got a lot of people that watch us on YouTube and Twitch. We got a lot of people around the world watch us. And hey, around the world, you can send a couple dollars, whatever you can do. Definitely go ahead and do that. And my man Dump Truck says,
Dump Truck, man.
Every time I got in the ring with Thunder. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. With Thunder, I learned every time I was around him. And man, hey, that is great here. And I can see Dump Truck a lot of that in Dump Truck. You talking about somebody else who really loves this business, man, and love what he's doing, and such a humble soul, such a great
man. Yes.
And that's Dump Truck. And Dump Truck, I'm sure he can concur. He can definitely tell you for certain that Chris Thunder Anderson was a outstanding person, somebody that you want to be around, somebody that rubs off on you. No matter who you are, he will rub off on you. And yeah, he was a gentle kind, man, straight up.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, man. And Dump Truck, man, he knows just like anybody else. Anytime you wrestle Chris, no matter where you were, 1 year in or 15 years in, you always learn something. Always learn something with Chris.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what it was, man, you always learn something from him. Whether it's just how you walk in the ring or how you look at an individual or how you move your body, anything, man. You can learn anything from Chris. It was always something he was always teaching in that ring, man, no matter your level of skill set. And it shows in a lot of wrestlers that wrestled with him, man. Obviously, some guys, it just happens. Some guys are not always receptive, but, hey, that's just in life. But Chris, no doubt, man, was always willing to teach and help anybody on any level, whether it's in the ring, outside the ring, or just in life, man. He was just that good of a guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dump Truck, happy anniversary to you, my brothers. Thank you, Dump Truck. Thank you, man. We appreciate it, man. And Truck also says, thank you. Yes, he was that man, and what a professional and what professional wrestling is supposed to be. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no doubt.
He was definitely a constant professional, that's for sure, man. He's definitely always a professional no matter what, man. But yeah, that was the guy, man. Like I said, man, we're not gonna be on here too long, guys, but we just wanted to come on here and try to bless the Childress family in our little own way the best we can. And I'll put up Chris Anderson's wife, Missy Childress, her cash app. Like I said, guys, hey, if you aren't able to give, we get it. We completely understand. But if you are, whether it's $1, $5, $10, whatever you can give, go ahead. That's her official cash app. And if you're able just to find her on Facebook and give her some kind of encouraging words, that will work also too. But like I said, this particular podcast that we're doing right now, this particular show, is for this family, not for us, not to benefit the Straight Up Wrestling Show in no form, shape, or fashion. It is for this family, Missy Childress and her family, guys. This is what it's all about. Because like we've said before in the past, and we can constantly say, Chris was the breadwinner. He was the be-all, end-all of that family. And with that piece of a puzzle in their lives missing, they need some help, guys. They need help. They need
100%,
to figure out how to work around that missing piece now, guys. So for a family that's always there for others, hey, we want to be there for them, guys. That's the whole point. We want to be there for them and make sure that they're okay, and make sure that they have what they need to help them get through this rough period in time, guys.
That's and look, we have no idea what's going to be going to Missy. We putting up her cash out. We have no idea what's going to Missy.
Nope.
Like last time, Chris, Dump Truck, not Dump Truck, but Larson and Bob, they knew who sent and who didn't. How many people? We have no clue. Hey, like I say, just reach out. Reach out to me and Chris. No clue, guys. Want to, but hey, definitely go ahead and send and help that family. And like I said, I will be sending some money. We will be sending some money for from the Straight Up Wrestling Show to help out. But definitely, hey, help out this family, man. Straight up. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna put that up as we close this thing out. As the music plays, as it goes out, I'm definitely gonna put that up there. So I'm gonna leave that up there so people can see that cash out. But hey, we appreciate everybody being in the stream, and I can see a lot of people have came into the stream and have stayed on and listened to this. And I know a lot of you are used to me and Chris coming on. We talking about the WWE, not AEW as much.
And we appreciate it. We appreciate
watching, but we definitely appreciate everybody coming on, because we always on here talking about, like I say, talking about the WWE. We don't do as many interviews as we used to do and things like that. But you guys know we're going to come on and we're just going to be tripping about wrestling. But we're talking about wrestling now, but we're talking about a fallen soldier, in the ranks of, indie wrestling scene, our fallen brother. He's wrestling with the Lord. I have 100% confidence in that. I know he is. He's definitely wrestling with the Father in
Thank
heaven.
you guys, man, for tuning in.
Yeah, we definitely got a sign, from
like I said, one more
that day, on the day of the funeral. We got thunder. That was the greatest thing, man. We got thunder.
Yeah.
And it was not even raining outside. But yeah, there it is. That's the Cash App. And we are going to get out of here, Chris. You got anything else you want to say before we leave on out?
No, that's like you said, this is Missy Childress. This is Chris Thunder Anderson's widow. This is his wife. This is her official Cash App. And like I said, proceeds go to the Straight Up Wrestling Show whatsoever. Her family alone. So whatever you're able to do, guys, just bless them, man. You are blessing so many and fans. We want to bless them as they bless so many of us throughout the years, guys.
All right. Well,
so I'll just leave this up for a few minutes.
We get the last.
Have you got anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Yeah. Did we get? Okay. McClure said, "I feel for her.
Yeah.
I went through it twice." Okay. You already got that. Okay. All right, man. So yeah, basically, take that. We can take that off here for just a moment and, say our goodbyes to everybody and give everybody thanks, and then we'll put it back up. So we'll take it off for just a second. But yeah, we appreciate everybody.
All right.
I can't really hear you, man. You're breaking up. All right. Once again, look, we appreciate everybody coming in, tuning in, checking us out as we went through this podcast and pretty much talked about Chris Thunder Anderson and the Childress family, and appreciate everybody who have sent, because I'm pretty sure we might have had a few people that sent something. And whether you from the wrestling community, if you knew Chris or not, we appreciate it. And we will talk to you later. And once again, hey, I'm just going to say this. We love that family. We love Chris Thunder Anderson. We love that family. And hey, all blessings out to Missy Childress, Luke Childress, Dylan Childress, Larissa Childress, and the whole, their whole family and all of Chris's loved ones. We definitely, all our prayers goes out to each and every one. But we appreciate y'all coming in and checking this thing out. And like I said, hey,
definitely, man.
I'm not asking you to share because it's Straight Up Wrestling Show. We're not trying to get any, pub from this, trying to get a boost for ourselves. This right here is a boost for the Childress family, Missy Childress and her family. We definitely want you guys to share this for them. But we appreciate it. And hey, stay straight up. We'll talk to you guys later. Happy 4th of July. Peace.